Hello everyone, I'm AnimusJ and welcome back to another Minecraft video. Today we are in Build World and we are going to be going over mostly block by block of how to build this Hobbit hole. Now, if this Hobbit hole is looking just a little bit different, so to speak, then you are right, because this is actually a diagonal build. That's right, it is a diagonal Hobbit hole. So normally things would be built completely flat, say a wall like this, or like this Hobbit hole right here built on a flat wall. This one, on the other hand, is built on a diagonal wall. So I'm gonna go over how to build the entrance and both of the windows. Basically the whole exterior is going to be a block by block build, and then I'm going to show you guys the interior. And this isn't going to be a how-to on the interior, but just demonstrating to you guys what I decided to do on my interior in order to keep it as a diagonal build. So let's check it out. Okay, so as for the location, what we're going to do is I'm going to build it on this larger hill that's over here in relative location to the smaller Hobbit hole, and that'll enable us to build a nice little path going up to it. But what I've done up here, guys, is I have built a little sort of template, I guess you could call it, in order to remind us how we're going to be building this. So what I've done is I've come up by 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right here with the the oak planks right here at the top. And then I've used stripped spruce for the support. Now this support right here is going to be the very center of the front of our Hobbit hole entrance. Now the reason I've done this, and what I've done, is I've done a line of diagonal spruce, okay? These spruce blocks, they're not going to stay here. They're just basically a reminder of how we're building. So if you look at our first Hobbit hole, we have this flat wall right here, and it goes along a straight line, and that marks the front line, or the front wall rather, of our house. Now over here we have a front wall. It's just a diagonal wall, so this straight diagonal line is going to be the front of this Hobbit hole. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up here at the top I have spruce planks for the 6th block. And then down here, like I said, does not matter, but I do recommend you put something down here like either cobblestone, netherrack, something that is cheap and you can replace it later on, just as a reminder that this is the line that your front wall is on. So then in regards to what we're going to be using for blocks for the fronts of this thing, we're going to be using oak stairs, oak planks, oak slabs, stripped spruce logs, spruce stairs. I'm going to be using a spruce pressure plate in order to open the doors, and I will be using spruce doors as well. Crafting tables I like to use underneath all of my doors in my builds. I'm going to use bone blocks as the walls for the front of my house, and then some clear glass for the windows. So the way that we're going to maintain our diagonal wall, what I'm going to do is behind this oak plank, I'm going to place another oak plank and then another one beside it, and what that does is that creates my next diagonal block. And then coming under that one, what I'm going to do is place some oak stairs. Now what we're doing is we're going to create our circle entrance, okay? It's going to be a circular entrance, but it's going to be a diagonal circular entrance. So grabbing the oak planks again, I'm going to go behind the stairs and then come out by 1. And if you look, you can see that that is directly above my spruce diagonal line. And if you look, the same thing here, this stair is directly underneath my spruce diagonal line. So I'm going to place another stair underneath there. Same thing, oak plank behind it, but this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bottom half slab down, and then I'm going to put the stairs underneath that half slab. I'm going to put some oak planks behind that, and then also below that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a half slab underneath that stair with an oak plank underneath it, and you can see that that lines up perfectly with our diagonal. So we are keeping all of our decorative blocks on the diagonal. Now we've filled it in a little bit in order to make it look more complete, but all of the decorative blocks basically form a wall in our diagonal line. So then the next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some oak stairs. I'm going to place them on our diagonal line like so, which is just below this oak stair right here. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come behind oak plank, oak slab again, and that actually finishes that half of the circle. So if you look at it straight on from this side, you can see that what we have is we have an arch coming around and then circling back. Now it looks a little bit less like a circle from this angle, and that's because it was designed to look more like a circle from this angle, and it'll look better when we have the background filled in and when we have the other side done. So I'll go ahead and walk you through the other side just because it is a little bit tricky. So we're going to do oak plank again to make our diagonal block, stair underneath, and then we're going to come plank behind the stair, plank out, stair underneath. This time we're going to go plank behind the stair, and then bottom half slab with stair underneath. Then I'm going to build up 2 planks behind that just to cover the area, a plank on our diagonal line with the half slab on top of it. Then coming out diagonally, I'm going to do stairs with another half slab just above the stairs, and I'll go ahead and put a plank behind it just to fill that area in. And there you have it. There is the circle of our entrance. Now we're still not done building it up. It's going to look a whole lot better once we get all of the half slabs in their places. But first what we're going to do is we're going to build up some side supports using some stripped spruce. So we're going to come out here, and then I'm going to come up to the height of that half slab and put another half slab on top of it, and then the same thing on this side. Okay guys, when I was editing the video, I realized that I left a step out. I do apologize for that. So here we are in a backup of the world, and I kind of broke all the blocks around that I could, try to get it looking as best as I could like we had it, where I missed the step. But what you want to do is these orange blocks, they represent the spruce blocks that were in the video, the spruce logs, right? So it was kind of like this basically, right? And so what you want to do is you want to break down your spruce support pillar, and you're going to move it back by 1 diagonal block, okay? So go ahead and move that back by 1 diagonal, and then what you want to do is you want to grab those bone blocks, and diagonally out from that on both sides, what you're going to do is you're going to build up your wall. Now once you get to the furthest side out, what it should do is it should fill in that gap in between this bottom stair, the slab, and then the top bottom stair. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to fill up each one of those higher and higher until you get up to the top level for each one of those. And then once you complete that, that is the step that I actually forgot to include for you guys. Again, I apologize, but not a big deal, not a huge step missed at all. So it should be looking just like this at this point in time, and let's jump back to where I left off. Okay, so let's go ahead and put in our oak slabs. So what we're going to do is we are going to put the top 2 around the beam in just like that. So basically in each of the corners on the top, and then we're going to come down half a slab on each side of that. Then what we're going to do is over on each of the stairs, basically, we're going to extend the top part of the stair into the next side to it. So again, over here we have a stair, so we'll extend the top half of it just like so. And then now when you step back and look at it, it's looking a whole lot more circular. Now in order to put in our door, what we're going to do is over on the right hand side, what we're going to do is leave 1 block of the wall and break in this section right here by 2. And then the way that you're going to place these doors is just a little bit tricky. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into this little hole right here, and then looking at the block next to this stair, I'm going to go ahead and place the door so that it opens to the outside and closes along the side of the wall. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back into the hole, and then I'm going to look at this block, and I'm going to place it the same way. That way when I open both of my doors, they both open to the outside like that. And then what I can do is I can put a spruce pressure plate right there, and what that allows me to do is step on it, and then both of the doors open, allowing me in. Then what I can do is put a spruce pressure plate right there in order to let myself back out again. Now I'm going to take some spruce stairs, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically line above the doors and connect them over to my spruce pillar, just like that. Coming over to this side, I'm going to break out 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then I'm going to place in 4 pieces of glass like so, and then I'm going to take my spruce stairs and I'm going to do the same thing that I did above the door. We're going to connect it up with upside down stairs, coming around, just like that. So that is the front of our house all done. Obviously, we still need to make the hill meet up to our house. If you need a little bit more help with doing that, then check out the tutorial that I did on this first Hobbit hole. Basically, what I do is I use green concrete powder and green wool, and then stone mixed in between with some grass as well mixed in between, and basically just make it match up to the top of the house. And the reason that I use the wool and the green concrete powder is because if you use green grass blocks like this, what ends up happening is you have a lot of brown dirt with the grass line unless you have a special texture pack, and that just doesn't look good. You can see over here that by using the green wool mixed with the green concrete powder and then hiding the grass blocks in between them, what I'm able to do is make it look like a nice grassy hill has grown around my Hobbit hole, and then the hidden grass blocks in between allows me to still grow some bushes, some tall grass, and as well we put a little melon plant that still hasn't come in yet. Now, before I get into the rest of this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing over here quite a bit, and then I'm going to dig a little bit into our hillside, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my glass, and I'm going to do a 3x2 diagonal line, just like so. Then I'm going to do actually in the middle, I'm going to make it 4 like that. Now then, the way I'm going to decorate this is I'm going to put my bone blocks anywhere that there is glass so that you don't see any kind of ugly blocks underneath it. I'm going to do the stripped spruce on the diagonal as though it's the support for the window, because even though it's diagonal, it still needs to be held up by something. Then what we're going to do in order to decorate this, because it is a bit of a unique shape, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by putting spruce half slabs on both of the support pillars connecting up to the white bone blocks. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some spruce stairs upside down, and then I'm going to place them across the middle so that they connect like so. I'm going to put some spruce planks behind our top stairs, and then what I'm going to do is on top of each of the half slabs I'm going to put another half slab. And then across the top, what I'm going to do is put another half slab there. And what that does is gives us a nice little diagonal platform, and we can even put some spruce slabs along the bottom right there. Maybe some stairs on each of the supports instead. There we go, and that's looking really good right there. Now, one last thing I want to do for the outside is I want to build a unique little, I know everything about this is unique, right? Because it's building on a diagonal anyways, and I keep saying that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come around to the right-hand side of the door, and then I'm going to build a cool little corner glass window place. So I'm just going to dig into the mountain, and I'm going to use just 2 high for this one because I don't want it too big. But what I'm going to do is multiple layers, just like I have. So I have basically, how many is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total. So we come out by 2, center, out by 2 again. Then the same as before, I'm going to use my stripped spruce in order to make the supports for this. And then what I want to do is take some upside down spruce stairs, and I'm going to place it facing out on each of the supports. Let's grab our bone blocks and we'll put it above each one of the windows. And then I'm going to just come out on each stair just like so and build it that way. And actually I forgot, what I wanted to do back here was just put spruce planks. Then underneath the glass, I'm going to put our bone blocks because that is going to be structural areas right there from the inside that we're going to build up. And then what we'll do is we'll just blend the landscape into this window better than it already is. But that is basically it for the outside. So I'm going to go around, I'm going to blend the outside, I'm going to hollow out the inside, make a nice little inside for you guys, and then I'll show you what I come up with. And here we are back again with the outside completely done. And the inside, I did the interior, but I did not do decorations, and I'll show you what I mean. But with the outside, I wanted to do it a bit different than what I did this Hobbit hole. So this one is very much a gardener tending to their garden all the time, whereas this one, I wanted to make it like a little bit of a worker, okay? So they have like a small smithing area, okay? They got a couple carts sitting around, a grinder and a fire and all of that kind of stuff. And then up here, on the shelves above the doors, I wanted to show you guys, you can use uncommon objects for decorations and it'll still look good. I mean, look at this, it's an anvil. It's just an anvil, guys, but it looks good up there. Like it looks okay. And you could even, if you wanted to, you could put like a pot on top of that thing. If I could grab the pot, it's not gonna let me grab the pot, but you get what I mean. You can put stuff on top of the anvil too. I put banners in a couple places, and banners can go through half slabs if you didn't know that. And so yeah, this is the outside. And then I did a little bit of a garden over here. I put some bushes in a couple of places, grew up some flowers, I grew up some grass, a small rock. Actually, I guess that's kind of a big rock, isn't it? And then of course we decorated the area around this window. We could still even go a little bit further, covering up these brown spots right there, mix in some of the wool for better texturing. But let's get into the inside and show you guys what it is. So then coming in here, what I mean is I did the walls, the floors, the ceilings, but I didn't put any furniture in. And the reason I didn't do that is because I wanted to show you guys how I did it, exactly what I did, okay? Because honestly, guys, I'm really liking this. It looks really awesome. And so I wanted you guys to be able to see it without a bunch of pictures on the wall, without a bunch of stuff blocking the walls, okay? So as you come in, basically you come in from right here, and this would be kind of a seating area, maybe even a food dining area. And then we have curtains that they look like they've been drawn over the windows with a couple of shelves that you could put things on just using half slabs. You'll notice I used spruce stairs along a majority of the ceiling as like a molding, and I tried the best I could in order to stick with the diagonal theme, right? So even the entrance to this room is diagonal, okay? And I used our same principle of closing it in diagonally, although I'm not actually sure what's going on right here. Let's go, let's fix that. There we go, that looks a lot better. And so you can see here we have diagonal entrances, all right? I used the acacia log floors. I thought that looked pretty nice with andesite half steps leading up to it. And then this is our smaller window that's over on the side of our hill. I put redstone lamps, and this is really easy, guys. You just put a redstone torch underneath and then cover it up, put a redstone lamp, easy peasy, right? Looks really nice. We've got lamps in the ceiling as well, oak ceiling. Now down in here, this could be like a kitchen area, maybe a bedroom. And what I did is half slabs, top half slabs for the ceiling in here, so that the lighting looks like it's actually coming down a little bit. And then over here in the corner, I tucked away some storage shelves where you could actually put things on top of them if you wanted to, do a little bit of extra decorating using that. Neat little things like that will actually make a room. And I did this wall different because this could be where the bed was and having a unique wall for the bed. Then coming around here, you can see we have a hallway, but it's a diagonal hallway. And all I did is I maintained the diagonal line, right? And then decorated it. And then if you look right here, I even have a bit of an archway that is completely diagonally made. So yeah, really kept that same theme throughout the whole build as much as I could. And then up here could be some kind of a social area, something like that. We've got the lights in the walls, we've got the hanging lights in the ceilings, and then of course we have our really big viewing window. So I tried to move slowly through the interior so that you could get some ideas. I didn't want it to be a huge open interior because, mind you, they're hobbits. They're digging into this mountain or hill in order to make their house, and they're only going to be able to dig so far before they get tired, run out of tools, run out of money, whatever. So, you know, it's kind of a humble little hobbit house, although it is on the higher end of things because it is quite large. But just consider that if you come in and it's just massive, it doesn't really fit to the whole Hobbit kind of idea. But hopefully that gives you guys some really awesome ideas on how to do your Hobbit hole. And hopefully you like this diagonal theme. I actually really like it a lot, guys. I'm actually really excited about this. I think it looks really cool. I think it's very uniquely done. I love the windows. I love every aspect of it. So hopefully you do too. If you do, make sure to hit that like button. If you're new around here, I would love to have you subscribe. Join the Discord if you have any questions, need any help, or just want to talk to some cool people. That's it for today though, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm AnimusJ. I'll see you in the next video.